Hi, Ancient Warrior here again, and welcome back to my messy room, storage room. And I'm trying to get this adjusted so I can sit back. I've got a shoulder giving me some trouble. You know, the older you get, the more aches and pains you get. I promised you that we were going to talk about building your own MREs. Now guys, one of the things that I believe in more than anything is that you need to be prepared. You know, I had a guy the other day ask me, well, why do you think I need to be prepared? And I told him, I said, you live in an area where we have had tornadoes, right? He said, yeah. I said, what happens if you're at work, and I know for a fact that he lives about 36 miles from home. He makes that drive every day in his little smart car. And he looked at me and he said, well, you got a point there. He says, but I can't carry my firearm to work because of where he works. They do searches of his vehicle because he works in a government facility. I said, you don't have to carry your firearm with you. I said, what you need to carry is 3 days rations, be able to have 3 days worth of water, and or a way to filter that water to get more. And I told him, I said, think about this. You leave that government facility where you work, and if we've had a major tornado come through, you could be dodging down power lines, explosions from gas lines, or it could be just almost hard to get home. And I said, I don't think you're going to walk. At 66 years old, I don't think you're going to walk 36 miles in one day. I said, you might make it home in 2 or 3 days. So, what I want to do is sit down and show you my idea of an MRE. Let's start with, you know, you can get these ramen noodles. This one was 98 cents. Now, before I go any further, a lot of you think I'm poo-pooing the MREs. Well, I'm not. So I'm going to tell you that I ran across the other day Optics Planet has MREs, cases of MREs for $74. And they'll do free shipping if you'll do the you know, it may take a week, 2 weeks to get them, because they'll use I don't know, snail mail, and it may take a week or two to get them. Or you can pay, I think I saw the cheapest one was about $22 to get them in 5 or 6 days. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. Now, again, folks, I'm going to tell you, I would not buy any MREs no food of any kind until it cools off. I'm planning on ordering about 3 or 4 cases of those MREs after probably October, late October, early November. And the only reason I'm doing it is they are good. You know, I can strip them out of the cases, put them into Ziploc storage boxes, and go from there. So back to making your own MREs. Shin ramen. Now the reason I suggest the Shin ramen is because this one comes in a heavy duty bag. Now, I've looked all over this silly thing, and I'm sure I'm just missing it, but I don't see an expiration date. Oh, wait a minute, I think I just found it. Okay, this is good for at least another year. Now, this is 500 calories. Your MREs range from 12 to 1500 calories. So there's 500. Well, you need some kind of protein. So, you know, a lot of you do and don't like Spam. But let me tell you something, folks. That's 130 calories. 2 of them is 260. That's 760 calories right there. And if you're like some of my family members, they need something crunchy to go with their meal. So, what do we get? We get Cheetos, Cheetos or Fritos or something like that. This bag right here is worth 140 calories. Now, I just told you that's 760 over there. 900 calories right there in those 3 items. Let's see. And if you're like me, dessert's important. And not too much with me. So I get Nutribars. Nature Valley bars. And I like the sweet and salty nuts. Each one of these bars is 160 calories. So, right now you're sitting with 1,060 calories. And if you're like me, you gotta have your coffee. So I got Nescafe. There's 7 of these little deals in here. Guys, I could throw all 7 in there. And I've looked all over this box, and it doesn't show to have any kind of nutritional on it. So it probably is very, very low. I don't know what a cup of coffee is nutritionally, but now I want to tell you something about, I've got 1, 3, 4, 5 items there. That's all of $5 right there. Oh. And then you got to add this. 6 items. About $5.50. Sure beats the heck out of $9, $10, $12 for one MRE. And then you don't know if you're going to be able to eat it. So, folks, what I'm trying to get you to do is to look past commercially done equipment. Now, I'll show you a few other things. Now, remember I told you 1,200 calories, so we're at 1,100, 1,160. So here's a few other things you could do. You could carry 3 or 4 of these. Oh, get my finger off so that you can see. This one is rice and beans. Tuna Creation rice and beans in hot sauce. That's $1.08. Starkist tuna, $1. Oh, now folks, I hope you realize there's a and to add to your MRE, I like peanuts. Guys, I'm a peanut fan. Okay, now that I've got everything. I'm a peanut fan. So add this at 290 calories. You know, folks, here you are at 1,290 for your meal. This little pouch right here of sweet and spicy tuna, 80 calories. Great value Vienna sausages. Now these things have 120. Oh, I misread this. Folks, this has got 4 servings at 120. So that's 480. That little can right there has almost 500 calories. Oh, by the way, 58 cents. Here's the one thing that's probably got the best, one of the best things you could do. Okay. Sardines in oil. Wild-caught sardines in oil. Now, folks, let me tell you why wild-caught sardines in oil is good for you. Omega-3 fatty acids. But it's also got a form of fat in it that your body needs to help this. So, ladies and gentlemen, folks, friends, countrymen, you guys living over in Europe, please understand that my goal is to educate you so that you're prepared for anything, anytime scat hits the fan. I don't care if it's a tornado, earthquake, forest fires, grass fires, tsunamis, volcanoes, which we have been seeing of late. We've got, I think I saw the other day, 8 active volcanoes, and all of them in the Ring of Fire. You know, folks, it's just being prepared for maybe an economic downturn. You know, our economies are all, what a lot of folks don't understand, your economy is a living organism. and sometimes it gets sick, and then the downturn comes. Especially when foolish men and women start shorting stocks or insider trading, which a lot of you know they caught a guy in New York doing. But folks, you have to be prepared for this stuff. That means you need to have food, water, shelter, protection with you at all times. If you're going to bug in, have your house ready to go so it's fortified. You know, it could be just a real bad winter. Sub-zero numbers for weeks on end. You know, do you have a portable radio? Do you have lanterns? I have about 6 of these little electric lights. And oh, by the way, yeah, I have rechargeable batteries too, and they stay recharged. So, guys, get prepared. Now, you folks over in Europe, boy, have you got it made. You got it made in the shade. And I'll tell you why. Because you guys get stuff over there, foods over there that we can't get here in the U.S. for some strange reason. Especially Australia. You folks in Australia and in New Zealand, you guys have canned cheese, canned butters. Guys, this is stuff that staples that you can put on a shelf and let sit there for as much as, well, until the ends of the cans go around. Then you have to toss them because they're bad for you. But what you need to do, folks, is be prepared. Now, remember that old Boy Scout motto, be prepared. You know, I take off out of here on a trip and I get prepared. First thing I do is I take the car to the mechanic and have him check it out. Put that car on that machine and make sure that everything's running. Have them balance my tires. Make sure my transmission's working right. Because every vehicle gets little quirks, but let me tell you something, folks. Sometimes you start overlooking little quirks that somebody else wouldn't. So get prepared. Be ready to, at a moment's notice, pick up and leave. You know, when I get back, I'm going on a trip in September. The Ancient Mother and I are going to take off, and we're going to run over to Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, we're going to be gone a week, probably more. Depends on how big I win or lose. But we're prepared for our trip. When we get back, then I'm going to start preparing for the next phase. It's always being prepared for the next thing. Alright, guys. That's the Ancient Warrior, and I'm out. Have a blessed day, and welcome back to Free America.